imagine a government without citizens. Imagine democracy without journalists. Imagine a world without the media. Life is full of issues and stories about people, communities, and governments. Stories that have to be told by well-trained journalists. That's why you can't imagine news without Joy News.
I am Anas Sabit on the principal street.
Well, it's Friday. Hello, good evening. Welcome to JoyNews Prime. Remember, this broadcast is live from our studios at Akufo-Addo in Accra. We're also live on DSTV, channel 421, GoTV 125, and around the world on myjoyonline.com. I am Emmanuel, Samani.
And I'm Fostina. Sarfo. Tonight, bitter dispute is unfolding between the Finance and Agriculture Ministries, with the Agric Ministry accusing the Finance Ministry of peddling propaganda over claims that the 85% of its budget was released for the year 2026. Tonight, we'll fact-check the figures and examine what the dispute means for them.
CEO of the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital suspended with immediate effect for defying President Mohammed's directive against setting away emergency cases. We'll bring you more on that story.
Also tonight, signs of growing tension within the NDC as the General Secretary warns desperation of some party bigwigs to succeed President John Dramani Mahama could threaten Ghana's stability and development.
And enjoy business tonight.
And coming up in business this evening, economist Dr. Edu Owusu-Sarkodie calls for a holistic approach to fight inflation rather than leaving it solely to the central bank.
And in Prime Sports,
well, we hear from the captain of the Black Stars, Jordan Ayew, as the team steps up preparation for the 2026 World Cup in the USA.
Well, remember, we are your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism.
It's a good time to take a seat and please be our guest.
Welcome to the program. Infantile propaganda. Now, that's how the Food and Agriculture Ministry describes the Finance Ministry's claim that 85% of its 2026 budget is already unpaid. The Deputy Minister for Finance, Thomas Ampemnyako, during the launch of Ghana's National Pact for Agriculture Transformation, Food Security and Employment on Wednesday said 1.677 billion cedis has been released to the Agriculture Ministry for food security. Again, the Agric Ministry has rejected this, saying the Finance Ministry's own records disagree. First, let's take a listen to Deputy Finance Minister who made that claim.
We are matching our vision with the sector with sustained funding. I'm happy to confirm that we have released about 1.67 billion cedis, representing 85% of the approved 2026 budget for goods and services and CapEx for the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. And of this, the Ministry of Finance has released 521 million cedis to be invested in the 50 farmer service centers to support mechanization and improve productivity. We have released 110 million to be invested in irrigation infrastructure across country. We have released 515.3 million cedis for the supply of fertilizers and certified seeds to our farmers. 244.9 million to be invested in the poultry farm to table project, what we call the initiative, and 200 million Ghana cedis to be invested by the National Buffer Stock Company to address the long-standing challenges in distribution and trading of produce. And the World Bank.
But the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, in a statement, says these claims do not align with the official budget. And joining us now to explore this further is Anthony Menu. We'll also be bringing you excerpts of that statement, and it's coming up shortly on your screens. Anthony Menu is a member of our research desk. Anthony, what exactly do we know?
Fostina, we've been studying the data from the Finance Ministry 2026 budget to really understand where this funding gap is coming from, or where this funding dispute is actually coming from. So if you look at the budget, and then specifically the Food and Agriculture Ministry's budgetary allocation, it has three sources of funding. We have the Government of Ghana funding, we have the internet generated funds, as well as donors, and this is supposed to amount to some 3.037 billion Ghana cedis. The aspect that we are interested in is the Government of Ghana funding, which is actually in dispute right now. And under that, it's broken down into three. We have compensations to employees, we have goods and services, and then we have the capital expenditure. Now, the part where that we are interested in is the goods and services aspect, as well as the capital expenditure part. That is where the Ministry of Finance is claiming that they have paid some 1.67 billion Ghana cedis. They have actually released some 1.67 billion Ghana cedis to the Ministry of Finance to operate. Now, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is actually rebutting, saying that the Ministry of Finance earlier this year released an allotment letter, actually capping how much they were supposed to spend to some 910 million Ghana cedis. And if you see the breakdown that the Ministry of Food and Agriculture actually gave, the amount that the Ministry of Finance has actually released to them amounts to 454 million Ghana cedis, which, if you compare it to the amount the Ministry of Finance says they've given to them, is some 27%. So this is actually the contention that is going on between the Ministry of Food and Agriculture as well as the Ministry of Finance as to if the Ministry of Ministry of Food and Agriculture has actually received the 1.7 billion that the Ministry of Finance is actually claiming. That is the contention that we have right now, Fostina.
Thank you, Anthony. Well, let's explore this further. Joining us now is MPP spokesperson on Food and Agriculture, Akufo-Addo. We appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime. I'd like to start with your initial reaction of this seeming tension between the Agric Ministry and the Finance Ministry.
Good evening to your viewers. First of all, I would say it's quite embarrassing for two ministries of the government to show such confusion. They are supposed to work for the interest of Ghanaians. The Ministry of Finance, looking after the affairs of our finances, and the Food and Agric Ministry also to take care of our agricultural needs and, as a matter of fact, our farmers. So for them to come out with such conflicting figures is so embarrassing, especially coming from the same government. Most importantly, we have to look at the numbers closely. So the Ministry of Finance is saying they've released about 1.67 billion to the Ministry of Agriculture for capex and goods and services. But then if you look at information that the Ministry of Agriculture has put out, it comes to about 900 million cedis. which means there's a huge gap. So it cannot represent the 85% that the Ministry of Finance is saying. And even with that, we are almost through the half of the year. And as a matter of fact, if you look at the total budget of the Ministry of Agric, we have to put timelines to programs of the agric sector because, agric, because of the seasons and our weather conditions and all these things, the global weather effects and all that. So we have to look at how the Agric Ministry is up and doing, and its programs and activities are being coordinated well. So if for any reason the Ministry of Finance stores the releases of funds to the Agric Ministry, it goes a long way to affect our economy, because then what will happen is farmers will not get the right input, seedlings, the ministry will not be able to enter into agreements for mechanization, irrigation, and so on, all the practices and programs that will help Agric to grow. And it is not surprising that today Agric is not growing the way that we expect it to grow. It comes to show that releases are not being released on time or are not coming as expected. If you look at the total budget of the Ministry of Agriculture, everything together is about 3 billion cedis. Everything together is about 3 billion cedis. And if even goods and services and capex alone, there is conflicting figures as to the amount of releases that has gone on, then I'm just sitting down and doing my calculations on the total budget, what would have gone through for the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. And I think it is very, very embarrassing for the government at this stage.
Okay. Thank you so much, Michael.
Tomorrow News Tonight's General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Fifi Kwete, has warned that increasing desperation among some individuals to gain political power poses a serious threat to Ghana's development and stability. Addressing NDC members at the June 4 anniversary in Banda, he said the pursuit of power at all costs undermines national progress, urging NDC members to place the country's interests above personal ambitions and work towards strengthening unity.
When people show too much greed, too much desperation for leadership, they are not real leaders. That's what we saw in Akufo-Addo. That's what we saw in Bawumia. And that has led to the cases that have followed this country between the 8 years that they've been here. Because when you are desperate, you lead the country into shame, into regret. So my plea to all people who are aspiring for leadership of our country, especially at the NDC, get out the desperation, get out the selfishness, get out the thinking that this is about you. You must focus.
Meanwhile, the NDC's Deputy Communications Director, Godwin Akagon, says the party's Functional Executive Committee approved the National Chairman Johnson Asidi Nketiah's nationwide thank you tour. He dismissed claims that the exercise lacks party backing, but clarified that it is not being funded by the NDC.
This is the first time that we are seeing this, but he also gave good reasons why he thinks that he needs to go for this thank you tour. You understand?
Do I get the sense?
It doesn't take anything away from the president.
So does the party say that they are distancing themselves from the thank you tour that has been embarked upon by your national chairman?
Nobody has said that, has they?
So I'm asking you now, do you distance yourself from it?
Nobody has said that, and it's not come out for us.
Is this something that is sanctioned by the party? Who is even funding it? Is it the party?
A lot of, campaigns have been funded by not just the party. Sometimes you raise funds and you go around and all that. That would also be your contribution to the victory.
We're talking about this campaign in particular. Who is funding it? Is this sanctioned by the party?
I don't know. This is not a campaign, is it?
This thank you tour. It keeps confusing me.
No.
Thank you.
It's what is in your mind that keeps coming up.
No. Thank you for reminding me. It keeps confusing me. Is this thank you tour sanctioned by the party, Godwin?
You see, there are two levels. we have the Functional Executive Committee, and then we have the National Executive Committee. The National Chairman has informed us of the need, informed the Functional Executive Committee of the need to embark on this thank you tour.
And did you give your blessings to him?
Yes, the Functional Executive approved of it.
So who is funding it?
He didn't bring any budgetary thing for us to fund. So it means that he's getting people to help him out.
That means this is not something that is being funded by the party.
No, it's not being funded by the party.
Well, the Majority Chief Whip Roxy Nelson Dafianakpo says the NDC's ongoing constituency tour by the National Chairman Johnson Asiedu Nketia is aimed at engaging party supporters and explaining the government's agenda following the party's electoral victory.
Gratitude is everything in life. So when the people, it's even biblical, it's Christian, it's religious to show gratitude when a favor has been done you. So when the multitude of Ghanaians, and the thank you tour is not only for NDC people. I think that's where the communication has been totally misdirected. The thank you tour by the president, and mind you, this is not his first thank you tour. He has done the thank you tour already. This is a reset tour, reset agenda tour.
But it's still dubbed thank you tour.
No, yes.
Yeah.
So you see, he's done the thank you tour. He visited every region after his installation.
Yeah.
Now, the national chairman, the party felt that when we were campaigning, we did constituencies. But because of the time limited at the disposal of the president, he couldn't do the individual 276 constituencies. So he did 16 regions. So there's a deficit. And it ought to be done quickly. So the national chairman, or the party headed by the national chairman, decided to now visit the various constituencies in the various regions, explaining, there's been some disquiet about job opportunities and all. So he's been explaining the difficulties we came to meet, the efforts being made to ensure that our interest of our base is met. That is specifically to the party. Now, the president is thanking communities. So when he goes, he's not meeting only NDC people in communities, he's meeting chiefs, queen mothers, market women, and espousing his policies, renewing policies underpinning the agenda.
So the president needed somebody to do the curtain raiser before he goes?
No. Okay. I have told you that in fact, the national chairman's tour is rather, the president's tour, thank you tour, preceded that of the national chairman's tour of the constituencies. So I want everybody to appreciate the distinction. The president toured the regions because of limitation of time.
Well, for more on this, let's welcome in Haruna Mohammed. He's the Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Good evening. Many thanks for your time. Now, what do you make of this power play that's unraveling within the NDC? We know that General Secretary Fifi Kweti has warned against power drunkenness. What do you make of this whole brouhaha?
Thank you very much. I would like to say good evening to your cherished viewers, and good evening to you. Your smoke is nice.
Thank you very much.
It contains good colors. I think that the true picture of the NDC is coming to play. The power struggle in the NDC is very early, and I think that they should be careful not to mix the matters of politics with governance. It will affect what we want for the people of Ghana. And if that is the tangent they have to go, then I think that the Ghanaian citizens must arise and then speak out with regards to this particular conduct. Whichever English that they have used to describe this, it is still a rivalry between themselves. In fact, President Mahama was sitting when Honorable Haruna Idrisu made the statement that not the curtain raiser one. And definitely it tells you that there is conflict, there is underpinning issues down there. And he went further to say, if he cannot or they cannot, some of them can say it, it means that there was some level of memory behind there to wit that you have gone ahead to make this public. And I think that we need to be very concerned about what is happening in the NDC. And when you followed it up to what the national chairman of the NDC said in Haruna's constituency specifically, I think that that is even more dangerous to go about explaining such a matter in the face of his own people, the people he represents, knowing very well that Haruna is an institution in the north, and the people of Tamale South loves him very well.
Right.
So,
but
Haruna,
right. But Haruna, with these cracks unpacking within the NDC, doesn't it actually spell good news for the MPP, for example? Because if there are power play, then it means there could be factions and divisions amongst the NDC. Wouldn't this inure to the benefit of the MPP?
No, you see, we need a formidable party to compete and defeat. We don't need to defeat a broken NDC. We need to beat an NDC that is healthy, because we have stated to the people of Ghana that these people cannot be trusted. These people cannot govern the state. These people are just lying their way to power. And this is coming to play. All the promises that they have put to the good people of Ghana, I don't even know what the president is thanking them for. And I don't know what Asedun Ketia is thanking them for. Because if you go to the north, what accord would they thank the people of the north for? If they go to central region, what would they thank them for? Because they have denied them water, and they cannot even get water to drink because of Galamsey. 10 districts cannot get water to drink.
Right. Point noted.
133
Point noted.
Cannot. The youth doesn't have the job opportunity. So what are they thanking the people of Ghana?
Right. Point noted. Me, Haruna Mohammed.
It's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. Well, thank you so much for your time. Haruna Mohammed is the Deputy General Secretary of the MPP.
Away from that, the CEO of Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital has been suspended for 2 weeks by the Minister for Health. The suspension follows his decision to suspend emergency admissions at the hospital for the next 24 hours, a move the minister says contravened directive issued by President John Dramani Mahama. The minister has also ordered a full-scale investigation into the announcement and comments made by the hospital's public affairs unit to the media. According to the ministry, both actions may have breached the president's directive. The board has also been directed to submit its findings within 2 weeks. Join us now is Emmanuel Bright-Kweku. He has been following the development. He joins us with details. Emmanuel, when exactly will this suspension take effect?
All right, so Fostina, from the statement from the Health Ministry, it says that from today, the suspension is taking effect absolutely today. That, in fact, we know that on Wednesday, that's when the Health Ministry actually gave this sermon to the CEO of CAD, insisting that he comes before him and then explain why he should not be suspended for this suspension on the admission of new cases at the Accidents and Emergency Center at the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital. And so he went before the committee. In fact, in the statement, he stated that he came before the health minister and the chief director and the technical advisor and also the lawyer. And that's when he admitted that they had actually given the directive for the suspension of the admission of new cases at the Accidents and Emergency Center of the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital. And so because of that, he says that the president, or according to this directive or the communique from the health ministry, it indicates that the CEO acted in contravention of the president's directive saying that nobody or no new cases should not be admitted at emergency or hospitals should not turn away cases that are brought before them. In fact, during all of these issues that have come up, the Ghana Medical Association and also the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital doctors have issued a statement in that regard, especially on the summoning from the Health Ministry. They have indicated that, according to the statement, especially from the Akufo-Addo doctor, they indicated that this directive or summoning was a knee-jerk response, and so they are calling for sustained investment in health care delivery, especially in terms of the emergency care here in the Ashanti region. We know that the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital is actually constrained when it comes in terms of these emergency care. They are the only referral center in the Ashanti region, 7 over 12 regions, especially the Middle Belt, and 12 regions out of the 16 regions we are having in the country. And so they are really burdened, and so they would want that the government operationalizes, especially the Sewa Regional Hospital and also the Aferi Military Hospital, to help reduce the congestion that frequently happens at the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital. And so and that's what the doctors are calling for. And in fact, the Ghana Medical Association also is calling for in that regard. Fostina.
Okay, thank you, Bright.
Meanwhile, the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital is urging the incorporation of accident and emergency units into existing and upcoming health facilities in the Ashanti region to ease congestion. The hospital observes its emergency center is frequently choked as a result of the lack of resources at peripheral facilities to proactively manage trauma cases. The management further blamed the lenient enforcement of road regulations contributing to the surge in trauma cases. There's more in the following report.
The Ashanti region has historically ranked among the deadliest in Ghana for road safety, with frequent crashes on major highways leading into Kumasi and other regions. Health officials say this trend directly translates into the heavy load of trauma patients arriving at the Kumasi-based referral hospital, the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital, which serves the middle belt of the country. CARTH attributes the surge in trauma cases at its accident and emergency center to the persistently high rate of road traffic accidents. Acting Medical Director of CARTH, Dr. Yao Oparilabi, said the facility has been overwhelmed by the volume of accident victims.
In 2024, 30% of the admissions to the emergency were due to trauma. Now, when you talk about trauma, majority of the trauma is coming from the road traffic accidents. We get various degrees of accidents, injuries that come here, from the minor ones to, and if we take away those who have lost their life before they come or who lose their life right after they come, people who have to have amputations, who have to go for emergency surgery, they have got head injuries, they are unconscious, have to go to the ICU, various degrees. So, if you look at road traffic accidents, they appear to be getting worse.
Dr. Labi attributed the trend to what he described as weak enforcement by the Motor Transport and Traffic Directorate and the National Road Safety Authority.
If our environment is safer, our roads are safer, better roads, the driver attitude is now directed in such a way that now there's more responsible and defensive driving. And we have vehicles that are roadworthy and roads that are vehicle-worthy, because the two have to go hand in hand. These accidents will go down. A lot of the things that we are experiencing is happening because of our inaction. We know the problems.
Away from that, residents living in Tetegu and its environs are calling on government to halt any planned demolition of houses in the area and instead focus on permanently reopening the estuary and dredging the Densu River annually to reduce flooding. The calls come on the back of the spillage of the Wager Dam, which led to several homes being flooded. The residents accuse the Ghana Water Limited of failing to dredge the Densu River and its estuary ahead of the spillage. There is more in the following report.
Several homes in Tetegu and its environs were recently submerged after excess water was released from the Weja Dam. Although floodwaters have since receded and normal activities are gradually resuming, the residents say the destruction could have been minimized. They argue that regular dredging of the Densu River and the annual desilting of the estuary would improve the flow of water into the sea and significantly reduce flooding in downstream communities.
The situation we are facing is very serious. The main cause of the flooding is the failure of the authorities to dredge the drainage channels. We are appealing to the government to come to our aid and address this problem urgently.
Ebe dry, o fe kwan say ebe dry. Nti o mo hwe ndi o ma say di uduma. Na ye gina ye honton e what it is. We know say estuary no open na it will solve all the problem.
The residents are therefore calling on government to prioritize these interventions rather than pursue plans to demolish homes in the area. Youth Chief of Tetegu, Toby Atupa, rejects the claims that the community was developed on wetlands.
When they are about to spill the water, they sometimes inform us. But this very one, there wasn't anything like information. You understand? And the estuary was also not open. They have to make sure those things are done before they spill the water. But nothing like that. And that was the main cause of what recently happened. And the dredging work as well.
But the Ghana Water Limited has rejected the accusations, insisting responsibility for the dredging of the estuary does not fall within its mandate. Director of Public Affairs Stanley Marty says the utility company acted in the interest of public safety.
So nobody should be blaming Ghana Water for anything. You are saying that where they are living is inappropriate, is unauthorized, and they must evacuate the place. They shouldn't wait to rainy season for us to inform them before they leave out. If the level goes up at any point in time, we'll increase, let's say, we'll open the toll gate more than we have opened it now. If the level goes down, we will come down.
Over 100 homes were submerged following the spillage from the Weja Dam, leaving schools and businesses in communities including Tetegu, Oblogo, and parts of Weja shut down as floodwaters inundated homes and submerged roads.
Take it away.
Well, you're still watching JoyNews Prime. Please stay with us. We'll be right back after this quick turn.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh? Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu. You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment. Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back. Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hi, it's me. The one you poke, sip, and hopefully love. I'm your small reminder that growing up doesn't mean growing out of me. Trends come and go, but you still reach for me. I'm not just a drink, I'm that little sip that reminds you life can still be sweet. Calipo Fruit Juice Drink, making sweet memories. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to a place where everyday living is reimagined, where space, movement, and community come together effortlessly. With thoughtfully designed spaces, modern facilities, and everything you need within reach. You don't just live here, you feel safe, comfortable, and at ease. Step inside Eden Heights and discover spaces crafted for comfort, style, and everyday living. And just when it feels right, you will know. Because this isn't just about finding a house. It's about stepping into a better way of living. Eden Heights, the height of modern living. Book a private viewing today.
Yo, Ray, you no go job. You look unhappy and seem to be in pain.
I have this long-standing well at my anus and it keeps coming and going. I feel sick and so uncomfortable, bro.
Have you taken into consideration going to the hospital?
I've been to several hospitals and they keep telling me the same thing. They said it's anal fistula. I have to undergo a surgery. I'm scared I might not be able to hold my stool if I do this surgery.
Wait, have you considered seeing a proctologist?
Which one is that? What, do we have proctologists in Ghana here?
Bro, we have a lot of them. They are being trained every time.
Where can I...
An anal fistula is an abnormal tract which connects the inner parts of the anus to the skin around the anus. As long as this tract persists, there will be a recurring boil around the anus. A proctologist is the one credited with excellent outcomes of surgery of anal fistula. Laser and ligature anal fistula surgeries are the modern methods with very low recurrence rates.
Visit Mwintiba Hospital and Polo Proctology Center today or call us.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabedim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number one, let's bring Baby Girl. Let's bring. You did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where's the plumber? For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it they carry water, no wahala. Syntex pipe, it they make water they flow. Syntex, and you're strong, and you're tough.
Discover Willow Lane in Sakumono, one of Ghana's most prime community. These expertly designed 4-bedroom homes feature a private elevator, 4 ensuite bedrooms, private balconies, walk-in closets, and a gourmet kitchen and a maid's quarters. Perfect for families, executives, investors, and retirees. Our community offers a swimming pool, playground, and 3-tier security for your peace of mind. Experience the ultimate in comfort, convenience, and community here at Willow Lane, Sakumon. Visit waylead.org or call 0240-111119 or 0308-040500 to book your tour today. Waylead, your trusted home builder.
You're welcome back. More news tonight.
Well, to other stories, Interior Minister Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak says 42 families affected by the recent fire outbreak at Accra Regional Police Headquarters have been compensated. The June 3 fire also destroyed several stalls and goods at the Accra Central Market. During a visit to the area by the Vice President, Professor Jane Nano Poku-Agyeman, the Interior Minister also disclosed plans to redevelop the area. Hannah Odami has more in the full report.
The world have been at their stalls, busily calling on customers to buy from them. But today, they are just standing, watching the devastation caused by fire to their place of work. As firefighters work to douse the small spot of flames from the building, the traders say they need urgent help.
Friends say by ne busy kwanutende ye fast by ne inside ne dey tinti asraba ni so dey ambra number boy ye dase.
According to the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, all 42 families whose homes were affected have been given accommodation and compensated. He also hinted of plans to redevelop the place.
Our hope is that latest by Monday, we want everyone to be able to settle into a place that they can call home, so that all other issues can then be dealt with. The Ghana National Fire Service, together with the police, have already mounted an investigation to try to identify the cause and to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
This mother told the Vice President her greatest concern is the certificate her son lost in the fire outage. The Vice President, who comforted her, also called for thorough investigations to be conducted into the original design and usage of the facility, as well as the cause of the fire outbreak.
First, we need to examine this. What is the state of this building? As I ask, for how long has it been in the state of near disaster? Who did what? We need to examine all of them because we'll need them going forward so we don't repeat the situation. You talked about the regiment, to come. Yeah, I know it's an emergency, but we need to do the right thing.
The relief items presented include 30 cartons of cooking oil, 300 pieces of mosquito nets, 2 bales of used clothing, 300 blankets, and 100 mattresses. This is intended to help the affected victims whilst they recover from the incident. From Tudu in the Central Business District of Accra, I am Hannah Odami.
So more news tonight. Work on the Techiman-Sunyani Road remains stalled after a month after the roads minister warned that the contractor could be sacked for failing to mobilize the site. Today, Bono East Regional Minister Francis Owusu-Antwi visited the project and issued a first warning, threatening to replace the contractor if work does not resume. Despite the repeated cautions, construction equipment remains parked and progress on the road appears minimal. Anna Sabit has more.
This construction firm has been here for only God knows. This is not representative of a good quality contractor. Totally unacceptable.
It's been more than 1 month since the Roads Minister, Kwame Kaffens-Abuja, threatened to sack a contractor who collected a jaw-dropping 66 million Ghana cedis as mobilization fee. Today, the Bono East Regional Minister Francis Owusu-Antwi, who was part of the team that visited the site, came back to see for himself the progress of work, and his disappointment was not diplomatic, it was visceral.
We are on Techiman-Sunyani stretch, and when I visited the project site, I must say that over here I'm not impressed, and I have registered my displeasure with the contractor. They have to speed up the work.
This is not a community road. This is the spinal cord of 2 regions. Techiman is the largest food market in the Middle Belt and the country at large. The Bono region is the timber hub. This road is supposed to move food from farm to fork and wood from forest to factory.
It's very, very important because it links the 2 capitals. That is the Bono capital and the Bono East capital, Sunyani and Techiman.
Right now, a truck carrying yams from Techiman to Sunyani takes between 2 to 3 hours just to travel 65 kilometers. Why? They are crawling over rocks and gullies.
When it comes to foodstuffs too, yes, Bono East and Bono region will play a very key role when it comes to foodstuff. So this road is very, very important.
The regional minister has given a final warning, but here is a deeper question. Who approved this massive advance payment?
I'm not very, very happy about the progress of work. So let us give them time to improve on the progress of work before we can talk to the quality of work.
The contractor, despite several efforts, declined to speak to us. The Highways Authority will not speak either, but the road speaks for itself. Silence, broken promises. Let me be blunt here. When a government agency that is supposed to supervise a project goes silent, that raises very serious questions. Anna Sabit, JoyNews, Tichiman Sunyani Road.
Away from that, the Green Africa Youth Organization is backing the Environmental Protection Agency authorities' planned ban on styrofoam and urging Ghanaians to adopt simple habits such as reducing, reusing and recycling waste to help combat pollution and climate change. The group says while policy interventions are important, individual actions at home and in communities are equally critical in protecting the environment. Michael Ashali has more in the following report.
Plastic bottles tossed onto streets, food waste dumped into overflowing bins, old clothes discarded without a second thought. Much of what we throw away ends up at landfill sites, polluting ecosystems and contributing to climate change. But at Gayo's material recovery facility in the Ladare Kotopon municipality, waste is being recycled, composted and reused. On World Environment Day, facility manager Emmanuel says protecting the environment starts with the choices people make every day. Edu Jemfi says reducing waste, reusing materials and embracing recycle are simple but effective ways to tackle pollution.
What we do here is that we try to recover waste from plastics, from organics, e-waste. So we bring them here and we try to repurpose them, recycle them into different products as well. So that's basically what we do here. And the message from Gayo is that let's protect the environment at all costs because our life is hinged on the environment. Yeah.
This year's World Environment Day is being observed on the theme Inspired by Nature for Climate for Our Future. The message aligns with the work being done here. In 2025 alone, Gayo says it diverted more than 268 tons of plastic waste and about 62 tons of organic waste from landfill sites. Instead, plastics are sorted and prepared for recycling. Organic waste is transformed into compost for agricultural use. The Environmental Protection Authority has announced plans to ban the use of styrofoam in food packaging and other applications from 2027. The move is part of efforts to tackle plastic pollution. Emmanuel Edujemfi welcomed the decision.
We are in support of it because we know that in the long run it will help reduce the volume of waste that is in the country, which causes flooding and a whole lot of things in the country, and reduce pollution as a whole. So we are in full support of this.
Beyond policy measures, environmental advocates say households also have a critical role to play. Project coordinator for Zero Waste at Gayo, Wendy Elom Amankwa, is encouraging Ghanaians to pay closer attention to what they throw away.
So instead of using single-use plastics, we should practice using reusable bowls or reusable bottles so that we can help reduce the waste generated in our communities. So if you have food waste, you don't have to just dump it or burn it, because the more you burn your waste, the more you pollute the environment.
As the world marks another Environment Day, campaigners say protecting the planet starts with everyday choices. Every bottle recycled and every effort to reduce waste helps build a cleaner, healthier future. For JoyNews, Michael Ashali.
Now,
Well, away from that, the battle against desertification, is intensifying in the Upper West region, where rising temperatures, erratic rainfall, and land degradation continue to threaten livelihoods. Regional authorities say planting trees remain one of the most effective ways of reversing the trend. Today, the region launched its 2026 Tree for Life initiative, targeting 80,000 seedlings. Rafiq Salam reports from WA. After this report, we'll bring you showbiz.
The launch on University of Business and Integrated Development Studies campus brought together chiefs, government, and students on World Environment Day, and the message was blunt. This isn't ceremony, it is survival. Speaking for Upper West Region Minister Charles Wongo Pozwin, Chief Director at the Upper West Region Coordinating Council, Pogna Fati Sakokore, said the region can't afford to lose more land.
For us in the Upper West region, tree planting is not simply an environmental activity. It is an investment in our survival, our economy, and the future generations yet unborn.
The World Traditional Council back it up with a reminder: trees aren't just shade, they are medicine. Katwana na Osman Salie, speaking for the World Overlord, na Fostina City Pilipo the Fourth, warn what happens when the forest goes.
Whatever medicine that we are taking to treat ourselves when we are ill comes from the trees. So he is calling on all to take it very serious in planting of trees, not only that, in nurturing of trees.
Forestry officials say the damage is being driven by illegal logging and poor farming, but they also say restoration can rebuild the economy. Upper West Region Manager of the Forest Services Division, Kwame Otungewa, says modern development must balance ecology with economy.
When we destroy our landscape, we bankrupt our future. When we restore them, we build economic resilience. The core mandate of this campaign, as proudly supported by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and Forestry Commission, is restoring degraded landscape across the country.
UBITS is already doing the work. Last year, the university planted over 11,000 seedlings with a 70% survival rate, with 25 women from host communities doing the nurturing. UBITS Vice Chancellor, Professor Emmanuel says the stakes couldn't be higher.
We are reminded that when the last tree dies, the last man will die. So it means that forest resources, trees, in very simple terms, are central to the very survival of humanity.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Time it is, and it's time for Showbiz with the one and only, the Queen of Pop, the Queen of NGL Entertainment, Becky.
The Queen of Pop, the Queen of MGL. You heard that? MGL Entertainment Queen.
Period.
Thank you so much.
Signed
That's
and
so
sealed.
refreshing. This evening, let me talk to you about Sarkodie. Sarkodie has been trending. He's been talking about, his renewed friendship and bromance with Shatta Wale. And he mentioned that the possibility of another beef with the dancehall artist cannot be ruled out. Speaking to Adesope in a recent interview, Sarkodie stated that although they are currently on good terms, misunderstandings between them could happen again.
Yeah, personally to me, I think we have a beautiful time now, and let's hold on to it. Let's
Beef, to me, I would not say scratch it, but be very.
Beef is necessary. It's very necessary.
Very necessary. Trust me. I told Shatawale yesterday, we're talking. I said, listen, we're cool now, but I'm pretty sure in the next 2-3 months, something might happen.
Shatawale will say, hey, your mom, hey.
No, it's not going to stop, and it's the beauty of what it is. And when it happens, of course, if I have to tell you something, I'll tell you something. If you have to tell me something, you tell me something. But the bigger goal, and let's not lie to ourselves. Listen, I don't know who's in the world who's trying to be vulnerable with every human being. I don't think you are going to be able to have fun in this world. I leave my vulnerability at the door, at my house. I come outside and do what has to be done.
Business!
The person who has to get to me is my wife, my kids, my team, my family, my mom. My mom can really, I can have a beef with my mom because that's somebody I have.
Everybody in the place, sing, sir. For the last time, let me hear you, sir. Shut the sack. Tell them say I will run dance all we run them rules. We must be blessed. God this way, miss I come like curse. It has spread like viral. This is the first time ever. Them say me tough like God. I know that that's my goal. Every artist of the reach, I got not just like Blue Ridge, You come on to my mind. I'm in an army, we win a world. Hey, touch it. After 10 years, you take a look on the Ketanima. Now let's shut up.
Shatawale Sarkodie. You love the relationship.
Yeah. I mean, two of their good songs, Dancehall Commando and Mejo Girl. bangers.
But the possibility of another advice.
Well, with the champagne
is in the works. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. But that's what Sarkodie is saying. But Manifest is also in the news. Saying, you love Manifest.
Yeah. I think he's a good lyricist. He's a good rapper.
Yeah.
I love his flow. I mean, of course, the son of Chachu Chikata. What do you expect?
You're there. You're a Mani fan. He is saying that we don't need peace or unity in the music industry.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the report says it all.
A post shared on X on Thursday, Manifest wrote, "We don't need unity in our music creative scene. Unity is a myth and a banner often waved by selfish people when they want everyone to rally behind them. What we need is cooperation, a modicum of ethical behavior, quality control, bold knowledge, as well as application of best practices creatively." The post has since generated conversations with many industry observers, interpreting it as a challenge to long-standing belief that unity among Ghanaian musicians is the key solution to sector's struggles. Calls for unity have become a recurring theme within Ghana's entertainment industry, especially during periods of tension among major artists, disputes over awards, streaming dominance, concert support, and international recognition. Several musicians and entertainment stakeholders have repeatedly urged artists to support each other as a way of strengthening the industry's global competitiveness. Manifest comment come at a time when conversations around loyalty, collaborations, and rivalry within the industry have intensified following the renewed public friendship between Shatawale and Sarkodie.
A strong will, I am the prime target. Go to the market, buy yourself manners. Don't use my name in vain, that's just for starters. Oh, derms, I got some nerve. On my Djokovic, fear me when I deserve. Ghanaians so concerned about diplomas and awards. Titles and the Bible, I finally observed. Went from Inspector Bedia to Kum Baja. Progress or regress, now who you calling sucker? When the boss is around, who can you boss around? We some intelligent niggas that cannot
Who can you boss around? You love, so can you give us a line?
And then he spoke about the fact that, I'm on my serve, Novak Djokovic, as in the tennis player Djokovic.
Oh,
Manifest, man. Props, Mike.
He also said something about the hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah?
Can you order around or something like that?
Manifest is great. But I mean,
you're relaxing for us. With
what he's saying about the fact that we don't need unity, I don't know about that, but Yeah, I think we do need unity, especially in a time where, the music industry is not doing so
well.
great like what the Nigerians are doing. So I think that, they need to come together. This beef with Shatta and saying that there could be beef in the future, let's come together. I mean, you remember the also beef with, Manifest and Sarfo when he released that diss track. And
I know.
Well, I think that diss track was a banger as well. But yeah. And his song.
But people in the industry, they think that the beef keeps the industry going.
Yeah.
And they seem to be fueling it a lot, by getting the other sides. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're saying that it's good for the industry, and it's not going to stop
musically, when there are more
soon.
beefs, then we can listen to who's actually very lyrical, get some punchlines and all of that. So yeah, I think maybe the beef actually works in that regard.
But when it goes, overboard, that's when
yes.
We need to know the limits. But tomorrow on Joy News, we have the E-Vibes musical band series. The band stopping by for a conversation is the Visionary Visionary Rhythms Band. So please make a date with us on Joy News and on Joy Prime. On Joy News is 4 p.m. and also on Joy Prime is 4:30 p.m. Please do make a date. The song at the background, Manifest, because he is a Money fan, and so we're leaving you with the song Menewa Yenewa. Log it on to my Joy Online. That's where you find all the news.
Absolutely.
Uncle Business Kweku. I always call him Kweku. He's called James though, but James will be up next with Prime Business.
And that's our show for you this evening. You're gonna give me.
That's Dr. Samani, everybody.
Emmanuel here.
Emmanuel Samani.
So yeah, we will see you
Samani
next week to enjoy the rest of our programs.
He loves
for grind. No for stop the time, but running to stop signs. You the bell, and I know they pick up sometimes. Bye, baby girl, sick of you, I see the sunshine. So when it's overcast, make you know they overvex. I'll be back before long, send it in the text.
Difficult bounce for the American defense to deal with. And Atamawa has scored! A wonderful volley!
The stadium is live! The fans are roaring and the excitement has officially kicked off. It's Gold Rush season at Ghana. This World Cup season, the match isn't just on the pitch. It's happening right in your home. Build your home stadium with world-class cinematic TVs, powerful sound bars, and home theaters, high-power speakers, laptops, tablets, and projectors for the ultimate streaming. Ghana is delivering unbeatable deals, not just discounts, but a chance to win 100-inch 4K smart TVs, mobile phones, laptops, and many more. Just purchase items 1,000 Ghana cedis and above, and automatically enter the raffle draw. Shop online at CompuGhana.com. Call on 0302 752020. Go Rush season, the ultimate football experience, only at CompuGhana.
For the past 15 years, St. Thomas Eye Hospital has been setting the pace in Ghana's eye care landscape. In 2011, we became one of the first hospitals to introduce modern phaco surgeries, commonly called laser cataract surgeries, to Ghana. In 2013, again, we became the first eye hospital to start advanced retina detachment surgeries, macular hole surgeries, and other complex vitreoretinal procedures using the MIVS surgical approach. This year, we have set a new pace in glaucoma care with the launch of our advanced Twin Star SLT-YAG combo laser, giving the glaucoma patients enhanced options in managing their conditions. We are a premier ophthalmic group practice with 11 specialist eye surgeons working together and leveraging technology to advance eye care in Ghana. We have 4 branches in Accra, Tema, and Kumasi. You may call us on 024-686-6580 or visit our website at www.stthomaseyehospital.com. St. Thomas Eye Hospital, providing excellence in eye care.
Hey, what's up?
Life.
It's moving so fast. Yesterday I was in class 4. Today I'm almost in JHS. My shoes don't fit me anymore. My voice is deeper. I was watching cartoons, but now they say I'm too old for that.
The more things change, the more they'll stay the same. I still love you the same.
Come and sit, Dad.
In a world that keeps changing, Calipo Stew keeps making sweet memories.
I still love it.
Dad, I told you to have a sip not to finish it.
Calipo Food Juice Drink, making sweet memories. This advert is
putting on just the fabric isn't really enough. You have to put on your confidence. I chose this Printex fabric because it symbolizes hope and success because of the color and the texture.
Maso
Printex.
Hi, good evening, welcome to Prime Business. My name is James Shen. To our very first story this evening, Economist Dr. Sarfo is urging all sectors of the economy to support effort to bring inflation under control, warning that the burden should not rest solely on the Bank of Ghana. According to him, while the central bank has implemented several monetary policy measures to curb rising prices, inflation is driven by multiple factors that go beyond monetary policy alone.
Price stability is both inflation and exchange rate, so it is their mandate to do that. And I think the Bank of Ghana is doing that. In any case, even if they incur more costs in their sterilization, they prefer to incur losses to allowing the impact to be falling on Ghanaian consumers. So I believe, and I'm making the point again, that BOG can use monetary policy tools, they can use reserves to manage the exchange rate, but they can do that far. The other issues must be managed by the other players. I believe that the current position of the Bank of Ghana, taking the bullets for everybody in the economy, is not the best. Other players must also come on board to play their role, because as you mentioned, BOG currently is not in a good position. They are almost insolvent. The government is even calling for recapitalization of the central bank. So the central bank cannot continue to incur losses and take the bullet and be destroying their balance sheet, etc. It must be a holistic approach. It will get to a time that the central bank can no longer play the role effectively as they are doing. And so we don't have to get to that level where it will be a bit, not okay for them to play their role.
Now, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Kwesi Sarfo, says the full implementation of the integrated tax administration system will transform tax administration by improving efficiency, enhancing collaboration in tax audit, and enable more effective use of data. He emphasized that the digital platform will be provided to taxpayers at no extra cost, ensuring broader access and compliance. Mr. Sarfo made the remarks at the stakeholder engagement on the ITAS rollout in Accra.
The Ghana Revenue Authority has engaged business associations and their members on the rollout of its Integrated Tax Administration System, ITAS, a digital platform designed to improve taxpayer experience, enhance operational efficiency, and strengthen tax compliance. Speaking in an interview with Joy Business, Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Kwesi Sarfo, said the medium-term initiative will modernize tax administration and significantly improve the authority's operational effectiveness.
It is about time to introduce new system that will ensure that we continue improving the experience with our taxpayers. So for now, this is a medium-term system that we want to use, particularly as we seek to integrate with other systems. But of course, time will tell. If there's a new technology or innovation that comes into the future, then definitely in the same spirit of improving experience, GRA will make the investment to do. But I want to assure that changing technology sometimes leads to disruption of businesses and people have to learn. So we do not intend that with this technology, we'll place it within a year or two. But as we move along long into the future, as new and better technologies emerge, GIA will embrace and ensure that we'll keep focused on ensuring the systems we have continue to be efficient, simpler, and give the experience to taxpayers so that they can seamlessly fulfill their tax obligation.
Mr. Sarfo further noted that the implementation of ITAS will help the GRA boost domestic revenue mobilization and support the government's broader development agenda.
We have said that as GRA, our aspiration is to double the 2024 revenue we made, which is 153 billion. That means that at a minimum, by December 2028, we are saying that we want to roll into the national coffers about 310 billion Ghana cedis. That journey we are making with businesses and taxpayers, and that's why we are beginning to journey with them on this rollout so that ultimately we can together raise the revenue for the benefit of development of Ghana and for the benefit of all citizens and residents. And we say it's integrated because it's not just integrating within systems of GRA. We are going to integrate with other government systems, for example, Register of Companies, SNIT, NIA, Passports Authority, DVLA, and many more. We have programmed to integrate about 15 government institutions so that every citizen, every business, as they operate within government systems and operate in Ghana, at the point that they surface, ITAS will be able to connect with them, will be able to locate them and work with them so that as they do their businesses, they can also pay their fair share towards mobilizing revenue for state development.
According to the GRA, the rollout of ITAS is aimed at improving efficiency, enhancing compliance, and fostering stronger collaboration between the authority, taxpayers, and the business community to achieve its revenue objectives.
Away from that, government has reiterated its commitment to subjecting the renewal of mining concessions to stricter scrutiny as part of effort to ensure responsible and sustainable mining in the country. Minister for Lands and Natural Resources Emmanuel says both local and foreign mining companies seeking concession renewals will be required to meet high standards of compliance before approvals are granted.
We are saying that this unlimited renewals forever. Some people have concession for 30 years. They still have it. 25 years. They just kept renewing it. First 3 years, you come for a renewal. That's what happens in the oil industry. Then you come, and when we are coming for a renewal for another 2 years, all we have to do is to look at what you've done in the last 3 years in trying to basically meet all those obligations and commitments you've made, that you are going to invest this amount of money and you are going to drill this, you are going to do that. We'll give you another 2 years. And then we'll give you another 2 years, 7 years. If you can't find the gold, give it to another person. That's all it is. It is that in Kenya and other places. We are not going. Other countries are 9 years, 8 years. We are saying that because of the history we've had and how it looks like the whole Ghana is occupied, we have to strategically respond to it. And so all of the provisions and the changes we are brought are based on our clear experiences. And I think that that's why we've had honest discussion with all stakeholders. Every policy change, we put it out and we make the case and we bring the data and the history for us to all agree before we do the changes. But it is all, at the end of the day, in the interest of the country and our people.
Now, it's been 5 years since the Development Bank of Ghana was established to address the lack of long-term affordable capital for businesses, particularly to support industrialization, agribusiness, and manufacturing, while creating sustainable jobs and reducing Ghana's reliance on short-term borrowing. As the bank prepares to mark its 5th anniversary, it is now setting its sight on the next half-decade with a strategy to scale up rapidly key intervention areas that drive economic transformation. The Chief Executive of DBG, Professor Randolph Nso-Ambala, and his team disclosed the bank's forward-looking plans during a working visit to the Multimedia Group Limited. As part of activities leading up to its 5th anniversary, the Chief Executive Officer of DBG, Professor Randolph Nso-Ambala, and his team paid a working visit to the Multimedia Group Limited. The purpose of the visit was not only to strengthen the bank's partnership with the media landscape, but also to share DBG's ambitious roadmap for the next 5 years, which focuses on scaling up rapidly while deploying interventions with greater surgical precision across priority sectors. Professor Enso Ambala outlined that the bank's next phase will see an accelerated expansion of lending to women-led businesses and young entrepreneurs, but with a more targeted approach, concentrating capital on high-impact value chains such as agribusiness, manufacturing, and green energy.
We have been able to confirm within our model that lending to women-owned and women-led businesses is actually good business. So beyond the fact that it delivers on all the matrices around impact, it also is actually good business because it's a
We apologize for that. Now, stakeholders in Ghana's entrepreneurship ecosystem are calling for increased funding and greater transparency in the government Ejumera program, arguing that the initiative can only be achieve its objective of empowering young entrepreneurs if more beneficiaries receive substantial capital support through a fair and credible process.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs, Sherif Gali, has called on government to increase funding for youth entrepreneurship programs to enable more young business owners to access substantial capital for growth and expansion. Speaking at the Ejumera Dialogue, a private sector engagement on youth funding in Ghana, Mr. Gali said, while initiatives aimed at supporting young entrepreneurs are commendable, the level of funding available remains inadequate to meet the growing demand among the country's youth.
Government should increase the funding to Ejumera and National Apprenticeship. We need this program to really transform the lives of Ghanaian young people, especially Ejumera and National Apprenticeship. Let the funding be increased so that we would hold the guys who are implementing it to ransom, ensure that they are able to implement it and account for everyone's Ghana city government has given to them.
Adding his voice to the discussion, Ghana lead for the Commonwealth Alliance for Young Entrepreneurs, Richard Addison, urged government to ensure transparency in order to gain the trust of the youth to ensure the success of the program.
I think the government needs to let young people trust them and then be more transparent so people know that it is not political and it's for young Ghanaian business people. That's the first thing. So it's the trust the young people need. That's what I think we'll tell the government.
The Ejumera Dialogue brought together policymakers, development partners, financial institutions, and young entrepreneurs to discuss youth funding, enterprise development, and opportunities for economic empowerment.
You're still watching Prime Business with me, James Sishen. Now, Director of ACE Group Pravin Singh is advocating a more coordinated approach to processing Ghana's raw materials into finished product to drive industrial growth and reduce the country's dependence on import. Speaking to Joy Business at the 2026 West Africa Pharma, Healthcare and Cosmetics Expo, Mr. Singh stressed the need for stronger collaboration between government, industry players and investors to ensure that locally available resources are processed into competitive product for both domestic and international markets.
Ghana beauty cosmetic industry is growing day by day and we have a lot of demand. See, as you know, that most of the Ghanaian people are taking the importation from the other countries for a lot of products, for perfumes. We have many companies from the perfume sector from the Turkish side, and we have cosmetic, we have raw material people who make the perfumes and all. So it is very important for the Ghana's market. Doing a business is here is like, the challenge is like to getting these people, getting the people from this industry. It's not easy to get them in the exhibition, you know. You need to go and meet them, invite personally. And like we have a supporter from support from the Makeup Ghana, which is the local organizer. So they know all the beauty cosmetic industry. They do Ghana Beauty Award as well. So they're helping a lot for the show.
Now, still on entrepreneurship, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Youth Excellence Award, Osman Larry, is urging businesses across the country to take advantage of emerging opportunities to expand their operations and remain competitive. Speaking to Joy Business on the sidelines of the 2026 Ghana Youth Excellence Award, Mr. Larry noted that businesses that embrace innovation, technology, and strategic partnerships are more likely to thrive in an increasingly competitive marketplace.
Most of our Ghanaian youths are doing significantly well, but big platform like the Ghana Youth Excellence Awards to acknowledge them on the larger scale is not really there. So we want to encourage the Ghanaian youth that yes they can, yes they must, and yes they will. So we are basically here to acknowledge the efforts being made by our dedicated, hardworking, and brilliant Ghanaian youth. We want to make them understand that their work, their effort are deeply appreciated, and they should keep the fire burning, and they should strive to achieve even more. A network opportunity whereby the Ghanaian youth are able to meet up investors, meet up people in power, whereby they can share their visions with them. And basically, they can also connect to other brilliant Ghanaian youth to also strive and achieve more. Yes, they should focus their energy on areas and sectors that's going to boost them, that's not going to give them mental health problems, that's not going to stress them out. So betting at Ghana Youth Excellence Awards, we encourage the Ghanaian youth to pursue meaningful areas and meaningful things that will help them.
Now, at Academic City University's Fed commencement ceremony, Vice President for Institutional Advancement, Engineer Dr. Lucy Ejapon, says the institution is equipping graduates with entrepreneurial, technological, and problem-solving skills needed to succeed in the modern economy. Speaking in an interview, she noted that several students have already launched innovative ventures while still in school, reflecting a growing culture of entrepreneurship among young professionals.
Academic City University has integrated innovation, entrepreneurship, and practical problem solving into its academic curriculum as part of efforts to prepare graduates for the evolving world of work. Speaking at the institution's 5th commencement ceremony, Vice President for Institutional Development, Engineer Dr. Lucy Ejapon, said students are trained to identify challenges within society and transform them into viable business opportunities, with some already operating technology-driven ventures before graduation.
All these students that are graduating here today take 4 compulsory modules in fundamentals in innovation and entrepreneurship, where we teach them to see challenges around them as opportunities to innovate. Even as we speak, some of the students graduating here have already started their own innovation, their own tech businesses. Within the modules that we teach them, we come up with challenges in Ghana and ask them to come up with solutions for that. And in that doing, we encourage them, if there's any of them that is viable, we take them through our entrepreneurship hub and we help them to scale it up as well.
Valedictorian Setonam Dede urged young entrepreneurs to identify challenges facing Ghanaians and develop innovative solutions that create value and business opportunities.
Opportunities lie in the problems that we face, but I think as students go into the world of work, or those who want to be entrepreneurs, you should try and identify problems that are faced, a lot of Ghanaians or people in Africa are facing, and try to think about innovative ways to solve these problems.
Stakeholders say nurturing innovation and entrepreneurship among graduates will be critical to creating jobs, driving business growth, and supporting Ghana's long-term economic development.
Away from that to some other stories now, Omnibisic Bank has launched a plastic waste management campaign targeting teenagers as part of efforts to reduce Ghana's growing plastic pollution challenge. The initiative dubbed Plastics, the Waste and Management booklet for teens, seeks to educate young people on responsible waste disposal and promote a circular economy through environmental stewardship.
With Ghana generating an estimated 840,000 tons of plastic waste annually and less than 10% being collected for recycling, plastic pollution remains a major environmental challenge, contributing to clogged drains, flooding, and public health concerns. In response, Omnibisic Bank has stepped up to help addressing this menace. Divisional head of Omnibisic Bank, George Tete Okanse, said the bank is committed to supporting efforts to reduce plastic waste and promote a circular economy through collaboration with key stakeholders.
The issue about plastics is one of the most devastating issues that the environment is facing currently, right? we've even in the country we've had our own flood issues. Even as at yesterday, there was just a small few minutes of downpour, and most of the communities were flooded. And a lot of this flooding is from the waste which is not recycled, waste which goes into gutters which are not picked up. Okay, so this initiative is one to address that. But as a bank, we also operate in communities. Okay, and as part of our sustainability principles, we want to work with our partners and the schools to ensure that those environments, are filth free, and once the environment, the students are working, the businesses are thriving, the bank in itself would also thrive.
Project lead for the school plastic recovery project at the CSIR Institute of Industrial Research, Dr. Boniface Yeboah Entry, emphasized the importance of educating the younger generation to drive innovation and growth in the plastic waste recycling sector.
So we want to prolong the transition from a polluted environment to a sustainable environment through education and orientation of the younger ones to value plastics as resource that can be used in making novel materials. The moment our younger ones realize that plastic waste is a resource and can be used in making new materials, in developing our industries and our systems, they will then recover it, reuse it, and feed it to the industry for economic growth and job creation.
Project officer at Ocean Tribe Foundation, Bright Salom, warned about the health and environmental risk associated with plastic pollution and called for collective action to address the problem.
Beyond this, it will be necessary that everybody takes a cue from the partnership we see here today, and then do their best to jump on board however they can support, because the plastic waste doesn't affect only those at the shores. Because at the end of the day, you may not be living close to the shore, but you still buy fish that comes from the sea. And so the plastic will come to your plate and end up in your belly. And so it is very necessary for every Ghanaian to see the issue as an issue that affects them as well, so that we can take collective action, okay, to help save our oceans and save ourselves in the near future.
Stakeholders believe empowering young people with knowledge on plastic waste management will help foster responsible environmental practices and contribute to a cleaner and more sustainable future for Ghana.
Let's do some updates on commodities and currency. And that's all. I draw the curtains on today's edition of Prime Business with me, James Eshen. For more stories, log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Up next is sport. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.
Hey, Charlie, what number? The malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and your fufu. But I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablets and suspension for effective treatment of malaria.
Great to have you back. Thank you. No problem.
Malatu is suitable for adults and children. Manufactured and distributed by NS Chemist Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Seeing the Prentex fabric, I like the color, texture. I chose this design. It suits my body type. It means a lot to me to look good in clothes that I wear. I don't care about nobody's opinion.
Maso. Prentex.
Hi, it's me. The one you poke, sip, and hopefully love. I'm your small reminder that growing up doesn't mean growing out of me. Trends come and go, but you still reach for me. I'm not just a drink, I'm that little sip that reminds you life can still be sweet. Calipo fruit juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is FDA approved.
Baya bukata abu mai yawa, ku sare abin da kuke so. Wani sahili yana farawa da rigakafi. Kulawa ba kowane lokaci yake da karfi ba, shine saurara, takasansan da yin ƙananan abubuwan da suka dace.
Kariko bara yana farawa da ni, ina kula kowace rana.
Good Conduct, Great Life is brought to you by
Indomie.
Tastes great.
More Kivo inside. Kivo Gary Soaking Mix. Taste of Ghana.
Hi there, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. And tonight, Midiama have been given some boost ahead of their CAF Champions League campaign next season. Well, it's beverage producers, Piva Beverages, who have now signed a one-year deal with the Ghana Premier League champions to become their official beverage sponsors. Well, the event took place earlier today in Accra, and there's more in this report.
Piva Beverages has signed a one-year partnership agreement with Mediama Sporting Club to become the club's official beverage sponsor. The partnership agreement was signed at the head office of Finance Industries in Accra. Speaking at the event, Mediama Chief Executive Officer James Esofe said the club was excited to partner with Piva Beverages.
Today marks another significant milestone in the growth and development of Mediama Sporting Club. It is with great pleasure that we officially welcome Finance Industries Limited and its flagship brand, Piva, as the official beverage sponsor of Mediama Sporting Club. This partnership reflects the coming together of two ambitious Ghanaian brands, united by a shared commitment to excellence, innovation, and sustainable growth. We are delighted that Finance Industries Limited has chosen to partner with Mediama SE, and we are confident that this collaboration will create tremendous value for both institutions.
Also speaking at the event, Frank J. Mensah, board chairman of Finance Industries, said the company believes in sports development as a key driver of community growth.
At Finance, we believe in sport that plays a key role in inspiring communities, developing young talent, and promoting excellence. As a proudly Ghanaian company, we are committed to supporting initiatives and institutions that share these values. The Mediama Sporting Club has built a strong reputation through hard work, discipline, professionalism, success both and off the field. These qualities resonate strongly with our own values as a company, making this partnership a natural fit.
Also speaking to Joy Sports after the ceremony, Mediama Sporting Club's Communications Director Benjamin Willie Graham acknowledged the importance of the partnership.
First of all, you're looking at the club, for water, which is life, and water, which every team uses, it clearly gives you an indication that if the players are happy to have a bottled water company that is supporting them, that is giving them free water, training sessions, match days. If I tell you the number of water the players or teams consume on match days alone, you'd be amazed, and the cost that comes with it. So Piva really lessened that burden on Mediama. We really appreciate that. And I do recall that I said the coronation alone, they gave us over 1,200 packs of water, 1,000 packs of the drinks and other products, the yogurts, the Viva drinks. That was even free. And now we are talking about the Ghana Premier League and in extension the CAF Champions League. We are talking about 3,000 packs of water.
Piva Beverages continues to contribute to the development of sports and looks forward to establishing more partnerships in the future. Reporting for Joy Sports, Penti Jijo, Finance Industries, Accra.
Well, from Accra, let's take you to the States now because it's just 6 days to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and Black Stars captain Jordan Ayew, he's rejected suggestions that his long-standing place in Ghana's national team is a result of his family's name, insisting that his achievement with the Black Stars have been earned through hard work and consistent performances. Well, speaking in an interview with the GFA media, the former Leicester City attacker addressed claims that his inclusion in the team is linked to his father, Ghana legend Abedi Pele, and other influential family connections.
Actually, when people say that, it makes me laugh because for me, it's even harder.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, it's even harder because you always have that perception that it's because of his father, it's because of his uncle, it's because of this, it's because of that, But at the end of the day, like I always say, you can say all those things, but football doesn't lie on the green grass. On the green grass, it will never lie. Football says the truth on the green grass. So whatever people say outside, everyone has his opinion. We're allowed to say anything we want. We're allowed to criticize either positive or either negative.
at the end of the day, you just need to keep your head straight and, do what you do best and have self-belief. It's not easy in the critics and things.
Yeah.
So, if you want to be a professional footballer, you need to have a thick skin. It's not easy, but it is what it is. The days will be different. Today will be bad, tomorrow will be good. There's ups and downs. It's football plays with your emotions, so you just need to know how to deal with them moments and to have a really thick skin, because football is not easy.
I say that playing as the son of Abedi Pele, like you're saying, lots of people having expectations and all that from you because of your father.
Yeah.
Will you say it puts pressure on you, or does not put pressure on you because you want to live your life as Jordan and you?
Yeah.
First of all, I don't compare myself to my dad, and I've never said that I want to be like Andre, or I want to be like my dad, or I want to be like Uncle Kwame, or I've never put in my, I've always wanted to do my own life and my own career, and try to be the best version of myself and to do the best for me and to try and make my family proud. I can't be like my father, I can't be like Andre, but the only thing I can do is to be a good version of myself.
Well, that's Jordan Ayew there, captain of the side, leading Ghana, and it will be his third World Cup for the country after making his debut in the 2014 World Cup. He was there also in the 2022 World Cup. Well, we're just 6 days to the opening game of the FIFA World Cup, and it will be taking place in Mexico, between Mexico and South Africa. And the World Cup trophy has now arrived in Mexico, well, marking the end of a worldwide promotional tour of the trophy ahead of the tournament. Well, Mexico themselves will be hosting 13 matches across Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey, becoming only the first country in history to host 3 men's World Cup after 1970 and 1986. Meanwhile, the Mexican national team themselves, they will open the entire tournament on June 11 against South Africa at the Mexico City Stadium. And the team is in Group A, of course, alongside South Africa, South Korea, and Czech Republic. And they will particularly be hoping to advance beyond the round of 16 for the first time in the history of the country, one which many Mexicans are optimistic the team can achieve. Well, the Mexican authorities have assured of an excellent tournament and, in fact, a very memorable one for all football lovers who will come to the country to cheer their respective countries. And joining me in studio to talk about that and the many things that the various embassies are doing in the respective country, in this case Ghana, relative to the tournament, is Fernando Alvarado. He is Deputy Commissioner at the Mexican Embassy in Ghana. Fernando, good to have you.
Thank you so much, Rasak. It's a pleasure to be here.
How's the feeling been, knowing you're going to host a World Cup for the 3rd time?
Oh, like you said, it's historic. I think Mexico is one of the great football nations of the world. We have an enormous fan base. We love the game so much, like Ghanaians love it as well. So it's an honor, first of all, to be able to host this tournament for the 3rd time. And hopefully, like you said, we could get past quarterfinals, which has been the most that we've ever advanced.
I mean, incredible. In terms of the atmosphere, we've seen pictures and visuals from Mexico. We've heard from the people there. They're excited about the tournament. Just give us an idea of the kind of experience people will have if they make their way to Mexico.
Well, I think that Mexico, again, like Ghana, has one of the most friendliest people in the world. So it's going to be a very welcoming atmosphere. People are going to feel that Mexico is a place that they should have visited a long time ago, a place that they won't want to leave. And the World Cup is a showcase where we'll show the best of ourselves in culture, in sport, in gastronomy, in music, in dance. And they'll be able to see a little bit of what Mexico has to offer.
Let's talk about the national team, though. How optimistic are you about the team's chances? They've got the first game against South Africa. And then, of course, they will have to play South Korea and Czech Republic. Interesting pairings you've got in Group A.
Of course, this is a rematch of what happened 16 years ago. So it's going to be interesting to see that. Mexico, the national team, during this first semester of this year, has gone unbeaten. They have played 8 games. They have only received a goal in 2 of those games. And last night they played against Serbia, which saw Mexico win 5-1.
Yeah.
So I think that the national team has been gearing up in the last 6 months and trying to get, like you said, past quarterfinals, take advantage of the home field and the home crowd, and I'm pretty sure the supporters will do their best.
Indeed, they will do the best, and I know the embassy is also doing their very best to try and bring the fever for those who don't make it there, also offer people, Ghanaians who will be in here, the experience of watching the tournament in Mexico. What have you been up to?
Well, we have had various activities along the semester as well. This morning, we hosted a football tournament at the Mexico School in Tema.
Okay.
So 6 schools from the Tema community participated to see one of the schools come out champion. This is just our way of getting closer with the communities here in Ghana and showing that we support football, that we want football to be a gateway to a better outcome in life and to see how professionalism can come out. Likewise, we are trying to bring a little bit of football culture through photo exhibition.
Okay.
So we are collaborating with the Accra Metropolitan Assembly to have a photo exhibition that will be on 3 trotro stops at around 37.
Okay.
So if you manage to see some photo exhibitions of Mexico and at those 3 stops, you know it's because of the Embassy of Mexico. So hopefully this will give thousands of Ghanaians that are doing their daily commute an opportunity to see photo that exhibits how we live football, how passionate we are about it, and how similar we are to Ghanaians in that regard.
It's incredible. So we're going to have photos at certain sections at 37 Lorry Station. Well, that's an interesting approach, isn't it? Really interesting. What informed it, though?
Well, we have done various other photo exhibitions during the last couple of years here at the Embassy of Mexico, and we believe that this is a good way to let people have a visual of what it means, because we can make many speeches, we could have more words to come out, but I think the visuals are more important. So right now we'll have an opportunity to show exactly what it is, and people will be able to relate to these images, hopefully.
Interesting. Then beyond that, what else are you doing to give people some experience of the tournament in Ghana?
Right, as well, for the June 11th match, the opening match, we are hosting jointly with the South African High Commission.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
An opening match watch party. So there's an event that we have invited various Ghanaian partners and stakeholders, friends from the business community as well, from the media community as well. So we could have an opportunity for many people to come and watch the game with the 2 nations that will be participating in the opening match. It'll be an opportunity to try some Mexican food, some South African food, some Mexican beverages and some South African beverages, and an opportunity to just enjoy this game with friends and a joyous event where perhaps the formalities will be taken to the side a little bit. We'll remember what it's like to be children and watch a TV game with your family and friends, and this is hopefully what we're trying to transmit in this opening watch party.
It's interesting. I mean, Mexico has got a great football culture. We know about that in North Africa. It's North America. It's an incredible atmosphere it's got. We know some of our Ghanaian players have played there. There's one of our under-20 players who applied a stint there. And a few other players have also applied their stint there. In fact, recently we played a friendly with you just a few days ago, and we lost.
Unfortunately.
We'll take it easy, no problem. We lost there. But in terms of, just to give us a sense of the kind of preparation Mexico has put in to give people an incredible experience at the World Cup, I can imagine it's been billions of dollars if you had to spend, isn't it?
It's been an enormous amount of money. I will not be able to tell you the exact quantity, but a couple of years ago, the government of Mexico created an entire board that would be dedicated exclusively to the preparations of the World Cup. The President Sheinbaum, she mentioned that Mexico will most likely be receiving around 5 million extra tourists during these next couple of months. We are already a country that receives 40 million tourists per year, so this is a large influx in a very short amount of time. So the 3 cities, Guadalajara, Monterrey, and Mexico City, they have seen an enormous investment in infrastructure to make sure that this event can run as smoothly as possible so that people will not have to worry about these things and only worry about enjoying the tournament and enjoying the games.
I think it's incredible because it's the first time we are seeing 3 countries hosted, and more so because of the number of countries that are participating in 48 countries, the first time again. So it's understandable the kind of responsibility that has been put on you infrastructure-wise and all of that. So, I mean, I'm sure you have had a number of Ghanaians wanting to go there. How's the experience been? How many Ghanaians, you will not give us the exact number, but How's the interest been for Ghanaians going to Mexico?
It's been overwhelming for the past couple of months. Obviously, mostly related to the World Cup. Like you mentioned, the friendly game a couple of weeks ago, we also made facilitations to have them travel for the visas. So that way the team could be there on time. And likewise, we've been doing that with people from supporters unions who have come saying they're going to travel not only to the United States and Canada, but also to Mexico. So our visa section has been very busy these last couple of months, but we're glad to see that people are interested not only in going to see the Ghana matches in Canada and the United States, but also trying to experience what the World Cup will be in Mexico, because as you said, Mexico is a country that has an enormous history of football, enormous football culture, and also an enormous culture in general.
I mean, in terms of just the entire process, for those who are home and still contemplating about coming to the embassy to engage you on visa processes, just give us a sense of how the process is like.
Well, the process is very simple. You could even find it on our webpage, but I could detail it right now. You will get in touch with us through an email that is dedicated to visa services. During that email, we will give you the exact requirements of what you have to give us. Mostly financial requirements, job letters, these kind of things. You can send that to us electronically so we can review it. And once we review it, we can give you an appointment. And once you have that appointment, you will bring these original documentations with us. We will review them as well. We will background check them. We will give you an interview. And usually between 5 to 10 working days is our timeline to get these visa decisions resolved. And like I said, we've been working really hard these past couple of months trying to get as many Ghanaians as possible to go to Mexico.
Because there are some with this perception that at this point, most of the embassies are already satisfied with the number of people they want to go to their country. So there are those who are saying they are no longer going to apply because of the fear or perception that, well, if you go, you're not going to get it. The process is still open and anybody can come and explore it.
Of course, since there's been a lot of interest is going as well, it depends on the appointment date. Sometimes you will not be able to get an appointment for perhaps a week or so, perhaps a couple of weeks. But usually, well, according to people's travel plans, sometimes if there's a demonstrated urgency, we can try to accommodate people as much as we can because, like I said, our interest is to have more people get to know Mexico.
Indeed, indeed. And just talking about get to know Mexico, let's take Mexico City, for instance. For those who are curious about what they can get to know about Mexico City, what will you share with us? I know the Estadio Azteca Stadium. It was recently renovated.
Of course.
Incredible stadium. I've seen videos of it. We saw when they played when the opening game, when it was open and you played against Portugal. Incredible stadium that you've built there. 83,000 capacity. It ranks as one of the...
it is actually, I think, the largest stadium of this World Cup. I think it exceeds the MetLife and even the MetLife and the AT&T Stadium as well. It got renovated in the past years also to accommodate not only football, but American football. The NFL has also played games at the Azteca Stadium because before the Azteca Stadium had a capacity of over 110,000.
Wow.
So it has suffered some renovations to make it more comfortable for people. So now it's down to only 83,000. But to give you a sense of what Mexico City is, I love to say this to people. It is a city of 22 million people.
Wow.
So 2/3 of Ghana.
Wow.
22 million people built on top of a lake.
Wait.
Surrounded by volcanoes, on an active seismic zone, at 2,250 meters above sea level.
Wow.
So it is a very magical city just in its inception, and living it is an experience.
What about, you mentioned it correctly because I've been trying to get it correctly, Guadalajara. Did I get it?
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara.
Exactly, that was perfect.
Guadalajara, you're great. Yeah. What about that city? It's an interesting name it's got.
Guadalajara, we call it the Pearl of the West. It is a city, right now, the state of Jalisco, which is where Guadalajara is, it is the state that is actually giving us the most footballers on our current squad.
Okay.
So it's also a very rich football culture. It's a very rich in mariachi. I'm not sure if you're familiar with mariachi, the big hats and the dresses.
I saw it, yeah.
That comes from that state as well. It's one of our many UNESCO World Heritage that we have. Most people that are from that region will say that they have the best food in that region. Okay. I'm more from Mexico City, so I will counter argument that.
Okay.
But it is also the second largest city, 5 million people. So it's a very rich in culture city. That's also where tequila is from. It's an hour drive from Guadalajara to a region called Tequila.
Okay.
So similar to champagne, champagne cannot be champagne if it's not from that region. Tequila cannot be called tequila if it's not from that region.
Okay.
So we have thousands of producers there as well. We have tours that go to Tequila in Jalisco. So I'm pretty sure many people that go to Guadalajara on the days that there's no game, they'll probably go to the surrounding areas to visit, and I really hope that they'll enjoy it.
I guess the final one is Monterrey, isn't it?
Yes. Monterrey, actually, I think they surpassed Guadalajara in the last census to be the second largest city, also around 5 million.
Okay.
But it's the most industrious city. Nuevo León tends to be one of the more developed states as far as what they apport to the national GDP as well. And it's very industrious. They have different automotive industries, different bottling industries. The fact that they share a border, even if it's very small, with the United States means that there can be a lot of commerce going through there, because the commerce between Mexico and the United States surpasses $1.5 million every minute.
Wow.
So this is something that goes through our various states that we share. So that is why Nuevo León, strategically placed, has this geopolitical advantage to be able to have commerce with our neighbors in the north. So it is a very industrious city. They also recently have had a lot of good champions for their two local teams, Monterrey and Tigres. Very fanatic people over there in Monterrey, because I think it's because of the heat. Monterrey is a city that in the summer can reach up to 40 degrees.
Wow.
So more like the north of Ghana sometimes also gets that kind of temperature. So I guess the heat makes people more passionate.
Okay, interesting, incredible. Wow. So just about a week from now, Mexico will be opening the tournament. All eyes will be on Mexico City, when they play against South Africa. Realistically, though, how far do you think Mexico can go in this tournament?
Well, I think we would pass the group stage, that's for sure. There's this new round of 32 because of the 48 teams that we mentioned, and depending on the draw, hopefully if we become first in the group, the draw would be slightly easier. So we're hoping to get past that. The real test will be that round of 16, which has been our ghost that has haunted us for the last 10, 12 editions, I think. Yes, because the last 10 editions, the last time we got past quarterfinals was in 1986, the last time we played in Mexico. So I do think realistically we can get to the round 16, and I do think realistically that we will take advantage of the home supporters, because we also consider ourselves to be playing at home when we play in the United States, because of the diaspora. We have something that we share with Ghana. We have an enormous diaspora in the United States. 12 million Mexicans born in Mexico live in the United States, and around 30 million dual citizens. So we will feel supported also in the United States, and we will try to take advantage of that home crowd to make it past to quarterfinals.
Amazing. So just a quick back to the key things you'll be doing in Ghana. You've got a watch party on next week, Thursday, between South Africa and Mexico. It's going to be incredible. I can imagine when Mexico scores, and it's going to be in the faces of South Africans and back and forth. And then beyond that, there's going to be art exhibitions, right? Now, when is the art exhibition starting?
We will be inaugurating it on the 10th of June.
Okay. That'll be a Wednesday.
That'll be Wednesday. It will be a joint press release as well, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and it will last during the entire duration of the World Cup, so people don't have to rush to the station to 37. They could see it on their daily commute during the next 40, 45 days.
Okay, okay. Incredible. So mark the date, 10th of June. That's when the TFA exhibitions, the art exhibitions is going to be launched, and it's going to be there across the stations for the duration of the World Cup, the tournament. And I think I'm going to be supporting Mexico alongside Ghana. I think I'll do that because, I mean, I love the city already. Hopefully we'll find ourselves there. You know,
trust me, I'll be supporting Ghana as well in their games.
Sorted. You know, if Mexicans are supporting Ghana, Ghanaians will support Mexico. You know, yeah, great. Anyway, pretty much that's it. Really appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you.
Wish you the very best in the tournament, and we're looking forward to an incredible opening ceremony. You know, Benin Boy is going to be there. Shakira is going to be performing.
Yes.
I'm sure we're going to see some wonderful Mexican culture on display, isn't it?
We'll do our best to enlighten the world with Mexican culture.
We're all looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much
for coming through. And hopefully we'll have more conversations surrounding the World Cup as it unfolds. That's all we have for you tonight on Prime Sports. Thank you very much for your company throughout the week. We'll be back same time next week.
Football. Imagine a family without a home. Imagine a song without a voice. Imagine a church without prayers. Imagine a government without citizens. Imagine democracy.
Welcome to another episode of Personality Profile, and of course I am presenting it yours truly, MFA Akufo-Addo. So today's quite special because this woman will talk politics, will talk governance, will talk law, everything on the AM show and even a news file, contributing greatly to national discourse. And a lot of you have been wondering, wow, but who's this woman? Where has she been? What has she been up to? Well, this evening, we're sitting down with Vicky Bright. She is a lawyer and former legal advisor to the former president, John Agyekum Kufuor. And in an era where a lot of women do not contribute to political discourse or governance, it's only right that we sit with this woman and understand where she gets the vim and vigor from. I know that by the time you're watching this interview, her birthday will be belated. But by the time I was recording this interview, of course, it is her birthday. So it's a special birthday edition for Vicky Bright. I came with my plugs. I certainly am sure should be guilty about a few things and not guilty about a few things. You'll find some true or false games as well to play. So I'm excited. Stay with me. It's Personality Profile. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I chose the right day to visit you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. I know, like this is the only time I get to brag because I'm bringing you the best of the best. So welcome again to Personality Profile. And I already told you how much I love this woman. And I already told you that I'm going to help you get some answers to some questions because it's really important when women contribute to national discourse, hoping to move the governance of this country further. It's only right that we sit with them, check with them, ask a few questions. And so take your notepad, make a few notes for yourself, if not for yourself, your sister, your wife, like that woman that you care about, that you think you can learn from their experiences. And again, I'm sitting with Vicky Bright. You know her as a lawyer. You've seen her on the screen so many times. And so, yeah, I'm happy that you're making time. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Emmanuel, for coming.
So it's just every time I introduce you on TV, we're talking about serious stuff. You
that
are
is true.
So serious about serious stuff. And so I myself have been curious and wondering, it's not enough what we read about you on the internet. And so it's a good time to really ask you, who really is Vicky Bright?
Good question. Who is Vicky Bright? I'm a mother, first and foremost. I have 3 children. I'll describe myself as someone who is resilient. I am a self-starter, and I'm not afraid to step out of my comfort zone to grow and make impactful changes in my life. I'm also someone who believes that everybody has something to contribute, and that is almost a duty to do your bit wherever you find yourself to impact society in any way you can. So I think that in a nutshell, and I'm an optimist. I'm a positive person. I like positive energy. I don't like negativity in that way. You know, I think it's important to be positive in life.
Have you been enjoying so far your contributions and how much? I mean, it's quite difficult waking up in the morning to be on TV, radio, and contributing to, you know, the national discourse. Have you been enjoying it so far?
I've been enjoying it, but yeah, the waking up is... I know. The waking up is not easy. I don't know how you do it every morning, honestly.
I'm always high on coffee.
You're a caffeine queen.
Yeah.
I like tea. So I used to actually drink a lot of coffee at one point when I lived in France. It was coffee. And I think my body became so infused with coffee that when I left France, it's like I did it intensely for a year and then I left and that was it. I didn't drink coffee again after that.
Oh my God. Okay. At least I tried to do both. But let's start from your early days. Where were you born?
I was born in Accra. I'm a Ghana.
Are you?
So I was born and brought up in Accra. And we lived in I actually was born in Jamestown, you know, funnily enough.